Sheriff Rob Maciol. Good morning.
Good morning.
So you guys are in the screening process right now, civil service test?
Yes, this fall.
Looking for deputies.
Actually, November 19th, statewide, is an exam for police officers and deputy sheriffs.
Is there a shortage right now?
We don't have a shortage on the road patrol side. My shortage is on the corrections side.
Right.
So we are actively recruiting folks all the time for part-time positions, which you don't have to test for, full-time positions, which you do have to test for.
Got it.
Specifically today, we're talking law enforcement. The reason we're out pushing this right now is that in order to take the exam, you have to sign up by September 30th. So they just got a few weeks here to get their applications in. Easiest way is to go to ocgov.net.
Okay.
Under personnel, you'll see the listing for, it's called Deputy Sheriff Patrol / Police Officer Civil Service Exam. Fill out an application, $25 money order only. They don't take personal checks.
Okay.
Made out to Oneida County. Send it in. The instructions are very simple right on the application. And as long as you are a legal resident of Oneida County, and you have to be a resident here for at least 1 month. And also, obviously, you've got to be 18 years old 19 years old to take the exam.
Okay.
The exam, like I said, will be November 19th. And from there, as of today, right now, I don't have any current openings in the patrol division, but there are several pending folks out there who have time to retire, whether they will retire or not. That's why we always have to have a list ready at all times.
Well, and it's a good career.
It's an awesome career.
Yeah.
Extremely rewarding. Certainly we have our share of bad days, but we also have our share of very positive days. You're in a position where you can help folks all the time.
Well, we're never going to hear about that because we don't, in the media, we don't like the good stories. Right. We would rather.
I shouldn't say that. Our local media is pretty good with us.
Well, we try, but the fact is there are good stories out there.
There are a lot of great
success stories, probably more than
stories.
More than the negative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, it's a very rewarding career, especially once people get their foot in the door and they're in an agency, a larger one like ours. You get a couple years on your belt. There's so much opportunity. You can become an investigator. You can go on the SWAT team. You can be a school resource officer. I mean, there's just a whole realm of opportunities and advancements and promotions. And it's just like I said, it's a great agency to work for. We're the largest in Oneida County, and we're the oldest. We've been around since 1798. The Oneida County Sheriff's Office.
I don't want to confuse things. If you could clarify this, I see ads on television for Utica Police looking as well. Is it the same test?
It is the same test. Okay. It's the same day statewide. And what folks can do.
Could you apply in both places?
You can. Sure. Actually, what you can do, it's called cross-filing. You have to take one exam at one location. So hypothetically, let's say you're going to take our exam. You sign up for our exam. You pay the $25 fee. And you also want to be on Utica's list and Rome's list. You actually can fill out an application for both of them. There's what's called a cross-filing form that gets mailed in with them, plus the fee. You have to pay the fee for each exam.
Okay.
You can send them in. So you can actually sit down and take that one test. It's the same test being taken statewide, same day, same time. And as long as you're signed up for these other jurisdictions, your marks will end up on their list too.
Okay.
So you could be on multiple lists.
One test, one fee for that test, but you
got to pay the fee each jurisdiction.
Okay.
So if you want to take mine, Utica's and Rome's, it'll be a total of $75.
Okay, I got it.
As long as theirs are $25.
You said money order only. You can pay cash or no?
They may take cash in person, but the personnel department prefers not to. And personnel is on the 6th floor of the Oneida County office building if you're going to go in person.
Right. I wanted to ask you about pay as well, but first, what excludes someone from being eligible? I know you have to be at least 19, but
you've got to have a valid New York State driver's license.
Okay.
You've got to be a resident of Oneida County. Some of the other agencies, not locally, but some do have minimum college requirements. We do not currently. And again, if you're a convicted felon, obviously that would bar you. Again, the first step is to get on that list. Take the test, pass the test, and go from there. Second step, which is a big one for people, are the physical agility requirements. There are a minimum amount of push-ups you have to do, sit-ups you have to do, and you have to run 1.5 miles in a certain amount of time, depending on your sex and your age.
Now, do you do that all that day, or is there a second athletic?
The marks are taken. The agility typically is not done until the marks come out. That way, they're only going to be doing a passing one.
Right, correct.
And unfortunately, it may be a generational thing, but we typically lose Every agency typically loses 2/3 of their candidates who have passed the test. They lose them due to failing the physical agility portion. And I'm an old guy, and I'm out of shape now, but I can run circles around some of these kids who are more than half my age, and
that's
it's
not a
sad.
good, not a good,
and it's not
sign.
that difficult.
Yeah. Well, listen, they all don't work on a farm like you do.
That's true. That's true.
Which not everybody knows, but you have
It's been a busy summer, raising beef cows, and we got a whole bunch of other animals, but our main thing is beef cows. Been putting a lot of hay in. My son has been helping amazingly. He's 15, but he was keeping track the other day between our farm and he's working for another neighbor. He's physically had his hands on about 9,000 bales of hay this summer. So it's 15,
what is
15
the going,
years old too.
Used to be a penny a bale. What's the going rate today?
Going rate's $10 an hour. So,
wow. You mean you got to pay minimum now?
That's right.
Wow. Even for the kids?
Wow.
Is it?
We're gonna smooth right over that. Just
okay.
Starting salary. Back to the sheriff's deputies.
Yeah.
For Oneida County, starting salary once you get hired, the minute you get deputized, $37,871, and once you complete the academy and your training, which can happen within a year of that time, the salary jumps up to just under $45,000. So it's a decent salary.
Yeah, it's a career.
Phenomenal health insurance.
What's the number you guys employ?
Total 455.
Okay.
Out of that 455, using round numbers, about 100 of them are in this specific law enforcement division.
Okay, all right.
I just wanted to ask as well. I think this is something we've talked about before, where the county or the sheriff's office goes through this process where you recruit, you train, and then sometimes you lose. Is that still the case? You lose
that
them
happens
to
to me heavily in the corrections side.
Yeah.
We hire, we train, and then we lose them for higher paying corrections positions. Most of the time, it's New York State Department of Corrections or Central New York Psych Center. They learn the job, they like the job. Our goal is to try to keep these young correction officers for that first 3 to 5 years. If I can keep them that long, then typically they're good to go. But on the road patrol side, we don't have that problem. Historically, it always was one of the lower paid agencies, but it's come so far, the sheriff's office. We're actually taking people from other agencies that come work for us. So.
Dennis in Utica has a quick question. Dennis, you're on with Sheriff Rob Maciol.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Is there an upper age for the test?
Yes, 35 is the cutoff.
It is?
Yes,
okay.
for the law enforcement division. There is no cutoff for corrections, but for law enforcement, 35, unless you're in the military, there are credits given to extend the 35 age.
But so you could take, if you're older, you could take it for the corrections side. But
that is correct, yes.
Okay. All right, Dennis, thanks. And Sheriff, thank you so much.
Thank you, as always.
Somebody had said the other day, I can't believe the sheriff would not put on those kinky boots, those big red kinky boots. And my answer was, oh no, he would have.
I had him on.
You could barely get him over his. You couldn't get him over your ankles. For God's
I wear
sakes.
a size 15, so it's a tad bit difficult. But I'm always willing to try anything. So
the interesting thing, we both had issues. Your issue was you couldn't fit them on your feet.
Right.
My issue was I could fit them on my feet, but they came up to my hips. They were like waiters. I felt like I was, I bedazzled myself into a fishing trip or something. Think about that. Sheriff Rob Maciol, thank you
very much, as always.